So tonight I'm carrying on the subject matter of posture. Now, I did a live stream on this many months ago, but I thought I'd revisit the subject, and it's one of posture. And how does posture contribute to chronic pain, and what are the things that we can do? That's right, you and me and our loved ones can do to optimize our pain experience by changing our posture. So most of us, and this is my experience in my office, most of us do not need to do specific therapy or exercises for posture. You know, what is needed for most is that we are intending to improve it. So we have an intention, let's improve our posture. So whatever you're doing right now, as long as you're not driving, I just like you to just take note of where your head is, your shoulders, your low back. You know, how are you sitting or standing? You know, I'm a little bit curved in the shoulders right now. I'm not sitting upright. If I increase the curvature of my low back, I literally sit more upright. I naturally bring my shoulders back into alignment, and I'll just show that by just turning my chair here. So from this to this. So on this subject, to pull them down, you naturally will sit more upright. Or if you imagine that a light or a string was attached to your chest up at 45 degrees, you would naturally bring your alignment of the head and the neck, shoulders in one straight line. And you get a curvature, a nice curvature in the neck and also in the low back. And the point there is to be of one with gravity. You know, you don't want to be bending over, hunched over for long periods of time, because that increases tension and increases the pain experience in the body. So it's important. I think most of us would agree, we've probably been taught from a young age, it's important to sit up straight. And the reason is, you don't want to fight gravity because you ain't going to win. You want to sit up straight, keep posture, and optimize it as much as possible. Now, I've actually had patients with severe scoliosis, and that's just like a twist in the spine, or they may be leaning off to one side. And this one lady that comes to mind, she had severe scoliosis for 50 years and a Harrington rod, which is one of those metal rods down the spine to stabilize it, to prevent the increased curvature of bending forward like this. So she had a severe scoliosis and a Harrington rod for 50 years, and she had no back pain, which is fascinating, because you would think and assume, you know, you got scoliosis, you got back pain, that 1 and 1 equals 2. Well, actually 1 and 1 doesn't equal 2 in this case, because she didn't have back pain. And it goes to prove that the experience of chronic pain is not a mechanical thing. And I would say most of the time it's not a mechanical thing. It's a nervous system cause, or a nervous system experience. So I'm going to talk about the second set. I said most people can just correct it with some simple awareness. But the second thing is, what are the exercises that we can do to optimize our posture? And this is for people who find themselves, you know, curvature of the spine, and they're not able to fix it very well, or their head's too far forward and they cannot bring it back. So instead of bringing it back straight, they're kind of stuck in a forward position. Now, the best exercises that I've come across for this is Pete Egoscue. Pete is a physical therapist in the States who 48 years ago corrected his own scoliosis and own pain in his body by simple posture alignment exercises, by sitting, standing, and also walking. And in his book, Pain Free, and he's got several editions, Pain Free for Women, Living Pain Free, or Pain Free Living. So the word pain free is always in these books. You look that up on Amazon, Kindle, or even your whole library. And I encourage you to get a copy of this book and to read the first 3 chapters, which is all about the principles of aligning up and not finding gravity. And it's an excellent exposition of the theory of this. And then the chapters thereafter look at one part of the body each. Chapter 8 is the low back, and there's a chapter on the neck, chapter on the shoulders, chapter on the knees, the hips, the feet. So you just go to the appropriate chapter for you that you're struggling with, and then you do the exercises. And it can last maybe half an hour, 45 minutes of different set of exercises for different body parts. And I recommend you dive into that. You take notes if it's your books from the library, because you have to return it in a few weeks. And you can start doing these exercises. And I would say most patients who do them, in my experience over the last few years, really find benefit from this. And it's a wonderful way to start correcting posture, because we need to remind ourselves that, what is normal posture? Because if you're sticking your head forward all the time, then you've forgotten what that is. And these exercises will slowly bring you back into alignment, where your head is above your shoulders, which is above your low back, and you can start to optimize the pain experience from simple sitting, standing, or walking. So Peter Gosque, a little plug for his book called Pain Free. Now, the other thing to mention here is, what are measurements of following up your progress with this? And so I'd like to introduce the concept of small goals and big goals. So let's go back to the first group. Maybe your small goal would be, once a day, I will have the intention of correcting my posture. And you can just record it on your phone, on a calendar, or a piece of paper. And at the end of the week, you could record and reflect on how often you've done that. So small game, once a day, I'm going to fix my posture. Maybe the big gain is 5 times a day you want to correct your posture. And the more times you do it, the easier it will become. The memory will be activated and new nerve cells and conditioning in the brain will occur. Now, they say it takes about 2 months for a behavior change to be fully prevalent or fully present. So, we need to keep at this for a number of weeks, but monitor your progress. So that would be the one measurement of a small goal, and give you a pat in the back if you manage to do a small goal, because that's the key. If your goals are too high, you don't achieve them, you get depressed, discouraged, and that's not the point here. The point is to be successful. So really, you want to achieve your small goal, keep it at 1. It's once a day, and if you achieve 3 or 4, great, good for you. So the second group that we're talking about was the more severe form of poor posture that you need exercises, say with Peter Gosque exercises, or any other ones that you come across. Maybe a local physiotherapist, maybe something online. But then monitor how often you're doing them. How long are you doing it per day? How many days a week? Maybe have a goal of 5 days a week. Or, if you know the exercises are going to take half an hour, your goal, small goals would be do it for 10 minutes. And your large goal would be maybe for 30 minutes. So you monitor that and have a 80% 5 days a week goal of achieving it. And that's more realistic than say, right, I'm going to do this every single day. So small goals, large goals for these individual groups. So I hope you enjoyed that tonight. And, I think it's a very important aspect of chronic pain. And one of the things I learned many years ago from a colleague by the name of Dr. Mark Frob, who also wrote a book on posture. So I encourage you to reflect on this, implement it into your life, and give me some feedback, please. Leave a message on Facebook, on Messenger, Dr. Wayne Phimister, or comment on the video right now. I'll wait a few minutes and I'll answer after I log off here. So yeah, it'd be good to get some communication back and forth, so to increase your knowledge base and maybe answer a question or two you may have. So I welcome you and encourage you to do that. Okay, well, thanks so much. It's good to be here once again, and I wish you a good rest of the day, and we'll see you for the next live stream. Bye for now.